What do the founders of Google and Wikipedia, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, and the owner and editor of the Washington Post all have in common? They are just a few of the famous graduates of Montessori programs, according to the Montessori School of Chevy Chase. Montessori education is an approach to teaching children that was developed by Maria Montessori, an Italian physician and educator. My mother was a believer in this method, and I went to a Montessori preschool. She used many of the practices at home with me and my brother. As a mother myself now, I'm interested in providing the best learning environment for my daughter as she grows. Learning about Montessori education is useful for any parent, teacher, or anyone that's involved with developing and educating children. I'd like to share with you about the history of Montessori education, the techniques used, the benefits, and share some examples of things that can be done at home. As noted on the Montessori Australia website, Maria Montessori was a pioneer and visionary. At a time when the medical profession was strictly male, she became the first woman in Italy to become a doctor. Dr. Montessori spent her life studying all aspects of how children develop. She observed children and their response to their environment, noting their social, physical, mental, and spiritual growth. She found that there were developmental patterns amongst all children, no matter their circumstances. Her first school opened in 1907. She called it the Casa dei Bambini, or Children's House. It was comprised of children mainly from poorer areas in the San Lorenzo district of Rome, according to Montessori Australia. It was there that Montessori method began to develop. By 1908, there were 5 children's houses up and running in Rome and Milan. The children were making exceptional developments with 5-year-olds reading and writing. Dr. Montessori gave her first training course the following summer to around 100 students. She used her notes from this time to create her first book. It was published in Italy that year and translated to the U.S. as the Montessori Method in 1912, where it reached number 2 on the nonfiction bestseller list, again from the Montessori Australia website. After that, the Montessori approach grew in popularity around the world with schools, societies, and training programs. Dr. Montessori devoted herself to propagating the method and teaching others about the approach she had cultivated. She traveled around lecturing in America, the UK, and throughout Europe. Now there are over 20,000 schools around the world that practice the Montessori method, as found on the Montessori School of Chevy Chase website. That includes roughly 130 public schools and over 3,000 private schools in the U.S. Supinich. Imagine a school not based around a set curriculum, but around each child's individual development, a place that values independence, imagination, and originality, a school optimized to reach and nurture every child. Montessori education is a unique style of education that encourages a child's instinctive desire to learn. It's centered in human development and based on science. Stephen Hughes explained, "The Montessori method is like education designed by a pediatric developmental neuropsychologist." The Association of Montessori International and the American Montessori Society cite these fundamental components. Mixed-age classrooms for children aged 2.5 or 3 to 6-year-olds is by far the most common. Student choice of activity from within a prescribed range of options, uninterrupted blocks of work time, and a constructivism or discovery model where students learn concepts from working with materials rather than by direct instruction. And finally, specialized educational materials developed by Montessori and her collaborators from the West Seattle Montessori School and Academy. The central objectives of Montessori education are to nurture children's natural drive to learn, gain and become proficient at new skills, learn responsibility and cooperation, and promote deep-seated positive feelings about themselves and others. The method addresses the total child developing social skills, emotional growth, physical coordination, and cognitive preparation within a thoughtful, designed environment, according to Supinich. Each classroom chooses a wide array of supplies aimed at meeting the needs of the individual. The variety and range of developmental levels permits children to advance as their abilities progress. Montessori education fosters a child's development to fulfill their potential and become a confident, self-motivated learner. There's research and evidence that supports the positive effects that Montessori education has on children. They are more social and adept at conflict resolution. The environment cultivates avid readers that also grasp mathematical confidence. It boosts self-esteem, encouraging children to become productive, compassionate, and capable adults that contribute to humanity. Hughes reported on a study by Angeline Lillard of a Michigan public school that had a lottery for admittance. She studied all the children who entered the lottery, whether they won or not. According to Hughes, in her study, Lillard found that Montessori children demonstrated significantly stronger social cognition skills. They performed better in academics and were better able to put themselves in the shoes of somebody else and the understanding of what had gone on in a situation. According to a 2014 Benefits of Montessori article, the Montessori teaching model offers many academic advantages over the public system by offering a more intuitive learning environment that encourages children to learn on terms that work for their individual needs with a focus on their interests. This in turn helps them excel beyond the pace they normally would have in a traditional setting. Bringing Montessori concepts to the home strengthens a child's education and development even further. It's possible to create a Montessori environment at home, and there are many Montessori activities that parents can provide their children themselves. Having organized surroundings can encourage autonomy and self-discipline. Create a home environment that fosters discovery and investigation. Some examples that can be done are provide low shelves or drawers for clothing, lower the rod in the bedroom closet, keep a small step stool in the bathroom and kitchen so your child can reach the sink, arrange toys and games on low, open shelves with a particular place for each. Sort smaller items into trays or baskets by category, such as puzzles, art supplies, and blocks. Put healthy snacks and foods on a low pantry shelf so your child can help themselves. In Montessori education, practical life activities are the most important activities for toddlers and young preschoolers. Children love to do grown-up things that they see their parents doing. Cleaning activities are fun and simultaneously help to develop order, focus, dexterity, and independence. One activity I found was using a spray bottle, a small table or tray, and a sponge or cloth. You give the child a small spray bottle filled with water to spray on the table or tray and have them clean it with the sponge or cloth. This is one of my daughter's favorite activities. It's simple, easy to do, and inexpensive. There are many wonderful Montessori activities and resources that can be found online. The internet is a great resource to help you begin applying Montessori techniques yourself at home. As you can see, Montessori education can play a fundamental role in the success of a child's education and development with an all-inclusive approach. I believe I've helped you understand the history from which the techniques developed and learn the benefits Montessori can provide, as well as show you that it's not something just for the classroom. It can be used at home as well. Thank you for listening. I hope you're able to apply some of the philosophies to the children in your life. Thank you.